So I'm going to bounce back and forth. I either put their bodies facing each other or I put their bodies back to front. But they both have the same lighting pattern in both portraits. She's in a feminine pose, he's in a basic pose. Same here. She's feminine, he's basic. So what do we talk about? The 1, 2, 3. What is the 1, 2, 3? One lighting pattern for every portrait. There it is. They both have a loop shadow. Two poses. There it is. He's in a basic, she's in a feminine. Three camera positions. Full face, 2/3, and profile. They're both in full face here, but look at this. Here's his profile over her 2/3. There it is, everybody. There's 1, 2, 3. One lighting pattern, two poses, three camera positions. It works every time. We jump outside and you've seen this. Facing each other, piggyback, in the sun, but look at his chin. I hate it. You have to say, stretch your chin out, Aramis. Stretch your chin out. That's his name. And you have to know their names. Who's got the time to go in Photoshop these days and fix his chin? Well, I did. I just thinned it up in Liquify really quick. But what I just said there about knowing the couples' names, that's key. Because if I want to get cooperation from my couples, I really have to know their names. Now look at this image. I put it in to show just how dramatic the triangle is, how far he is from her, how she leans to him, and it works. Now look, we're in a classroom situation. I've circled the silver reflector. Here I am, guys. One reflector, one camera. Look what we pulled off. She's on him. They're together. He's on her. Look at the faces. She looks at him, and look at the lighting. Look at the beautiful images. They're in the shade. I've got a reflector coming in on them, and it works. Now let's go to window light. Look at this incredible setup right here. I've got the window coming from behind with a Westcott background. What did that allow me to do? That beautiful portrait of his profile and her 2/3 kind of looking down. Now I went on eBay and I found a tapestry. Just a cheap old tapestry. It's about $100. So I pinned it up to a background, and guess what? I'm inside a studio, but no lights. This is just window light and a reflector. You can see the reflector to the camera left. But when I go into the Nik filters and hit darken light and center, look what I get. I get magic. What a beautiful, elegant portrait we created. And that was done with very little in the way of props. I mean, the bench is expensive looking, the background's expensive looking, but they're not. They're cheap copies because they're props. Now we added the man to it, and I love the picture. But you know, most people try to do this picture and they try to copy it. Look what they do. They have him turn and look back at her, and look at his ear. I'm featuring his ear there. Let's go back to this portrait where we've turned his face to the light. We've created that heart shape. We've got a beautiful, beautiful portrait here done very simply and with one light. It's a window, one window light. We go outside and we harness the light. What does that mean? The light's coming from our camera right. We're under the shade. And look what happens. I just turned her face to the loop shadow. I put his face in the loop shadow. 1, 2, 3. What is it? Her 2/3, his profile. They both have a loop shadow, and it's fabulous. So here I'm just working on the sidewalk, and look what we did. We put a reflector over their heads to take the light away. What did it do? It forced the light in from our camera right, creating this wonderful lighting. Look at the piggyback. Look at the fun. But that's what we're doing. We're removing the light from his right side of the picture, camera left. And look how it works so nice. That's what you're not doing at home. You're not getting your lighting shaping the face. And how about a simple background like this? We just popped up a Westcott background and we had it made. And I love the portrait. Something simple. That could be color, black and white. That could be in the newspaper. That's a real portrait made right on the street like that. Hey, let's go back into some cherry blossoms where we started this show. I'm down low, camera left, shooting up at the couple. The reason I'm so low is I want to put the background of the trees directly behind their head. And it worked. We've got people shaking the trees to create this wonderful feel. Look on the right there. There's a scrim to soften the light, and it worked. Beautiful lighting. So it's direct sunlight, camera right, and it's a scrim and a flash, and it worked. But you know what I love the most? When the flash didn't go, we turned it off, and we just used all natural light with a scrim. That's daylight and a big scrim over their heads. Or how about this last image? No flash, nothing, just a scrim. All natural light. The camera's probably on program, and it works because we're creating direction of light. The light's coming in, and we're taking the light and scrimming it down for a beautiful, soft window light effect. Okay, guys, let's review. We've got to keep it simple. We got to keep it fast and fun. The couples want to have a good time. Remember their names. The whole session should be 10 minutes. Go fast. Know what you're doing. Take technique to the game. It'll make your life so much easier. Yeah, this is so good. Brian, you're on deck. I'm going to bring you back in 1 second. Great day for a wedding. We're going to talk about lighting at the wedding. I'm going to use an on-camera flash for some of these pictures. I'm also going to use an off-camera flash, just the quantum off-camera, maybe a reflector, maybe no flash, and we can compare all these ideas, and I'll tell you what I think works best for me, which is usually a nice flash off-camera to shape the face. Today I'll try to show you with and without flash. Okay, let's get busy. When the wedding party arrives, we're waiting for them. We're ready. We've been there for 20 minutes zeroing in the lights. We're not nervous. We're anxious. We're anxious to get started. Let's get busy. The first thing I look for is a background, something simple, nondescript. Now look at this flash on camera image. It's horrible. It's what most people are doing these days, just flash on camera. It doesn't work. It's flat. It's amateuristic. Now let's just take a picture with no flash. And you know what? That's better, but look at the dark eyes. We need to shape the face with our Q flash. So we're going to take a flash off camera. It's going to be a stop under the ambient, and there's the off-camera flash, and it works beautifully. Shaping the face, giving me nice warm skin tones. That's the way I'm going to do it. So Dustin got 4.5 on the meter. So what did I do? 4.5 on the meter. I put the camera on 6.3 AV, meaning my shutter speed is floating, but definitely the flash and the lens and the f-stop relate to one another. This is 2 stops under. Very delicate flash, very weak. That's what we're looking for. From now on, I'm ready to go. This is the signature shot. We're going to hook the arms, elbow to elbow. Everyone, when you walk up the hill, don't look at the camera. Look at each other and laughing. On 3, 1, 2, 3, laughing. I've been making this picture for years, and we just lock arms and walk up the hill. My photographers can clip it from the side just as well. Hey, outside in the rain, up Pennsylvania Avenue. I want to see faces, feelings, laughter. That's what the bridal parties want today, and I'm giving it to them. A lot of fun. Kissing, walking, infrared. It works. The best tip I can give you is take the people and get them under cover. This is a sunny day out in Monaco, and you know what? It was bright sun. So I took the people up beside the building and found an awning where the light was soft. The first thing I did was pick a background, colorful, nondescript. And there we go, the light is coming from camera left. I just bounced my Q flash off the awning for an overall fill, and we had it made. Look at the wraparound light. Look how beautiful it works. And here, just a silver reflector to grab the daylight and throw it back in. And look, the light's on the side of the window, so it's like a main light. I'm able to create beautiful portraits by harnessing the daylight, using a silver reflector almost as a main light and a fill combined, and creating these great portraits. Look at the wraparound lighting. That's the whole idea, is shaping the faces. Once I'm undercover, I can get busy and get all these portraits out of the way. And at the same time, my other photographers are having a blast with these journalistic fun images. Okay, another great tip for you. I'm going to shoot with a Holga today, and a Rolly, and a film camera from Canon, the EOS, maybe a pinhole attachment. Alternative process can sometimes give you happy mistakes, just really fun, edgy look, and that's what people want today. They want this really special editorial look that we can really gain easily by using film. So I'm not going to give up on my digital camera right here. I've got the new Mark IV, but I'm going to play with film today as well. The key is getting cooperation with the couple, getting time. You can't make these pictures if you don't get a little bit of time. 30 minutes is all I need, is to take the couple down by the shore and have some fun. Look at these images. There's the Holga with the shaded edges. It's vignetted, unpredictable. But let's just watch the images, watch the shoot, and enjoy. When I'm in the dressing room, I'm doing all the little details. And one thing are the flowers. And what I want to do is get into the dark and shoot towards the light. I don't want to have the window at my back. I want to come around and shoot into the window. Look at the difference. See how flat the one on the left is? And look how I shoot into the window, how wraparound it works. Let's keep it shooting from the dark to the light. One of the best tips I can give you guys at home is double light your candids. I've got a flash on camera. I've got a flash off camera. When I take a picture, they both fire. This is the Quantum system, the Trio T5D. I never leave home without it. This is the way to get three-dimensional candids. Tonight, watch me work. Sometimes I'll shoot flash on camera for you, then I'll double light, triple light. I'll even put them around the room. We might have 4 of these lights going at one time. You'll love it. My candid lighting is something I take a lot of pride in. I always have this Q flash to my camera right or camera left, wherever it is, and look what it does. It shapes out the objects. It shapes the cake. The on-camera flash doesn't do it for me. It's too overexposed, too bright. The one on the right is very contrasty. It's just to illustrate double lighting. Now look here during the cake cutting. Here it's just one flash right there, on-camera flash, very flat. I do have my other flashes in the room, upper right and upper left. Now that's just the camera left flash and the 2 in the room. Double lighting and my room lights, it comes together perfectly. All you have to do is backlight the subject, use a reflector from Dustin, and look at the light. Guys, let's have some fun. Look at that. Great, great. Whoa! How about put your back put your back on his tummy? Oh, why not? Let's do it. Yes. Woo! Yeah, I love it. Keep it going. The lesson here is we're on the altar shooting back, and the background is actually the cathedral itself. So we turn 180 and look at the picture. How beautiful. Great. Now turn over your right shoulder and look at me. Turn around to me a little more. Just keep spinning around. Yeah, a little more. Right there. Beautiful portrait. Right there. Let's look at that. That's fantastic. Nice. Can we do a quick Hey, I can tell you a great way to learn how to photograph weddings. Just come on out and watch me work. Let's go to a wedding with Clay and Company. This opening picture is a picture of the invitation, the bride's ring, the veil, the flowers. It all came together beautifully. It's done with one light off camera. Now, this picture was actually made at 10 o'clock at night. I forgot to do it, and I said, hey, we got to do the invitation. So don't get frustrated if you miss a picture. You can always come back and put that picture in the album right in the very beginning. So the day of the wedding, we started early. We started 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon looking at different locations. A silver reflector by a window always works great with the guys. You know, the guys are there early because the bride takes a lot longer to get ready. Hair and makeup take forever. So I love shooting a little bit of film at weddings. People say, you really shoot film, and I love it. It gives me a beautiful texture and a nice feel. And I mix the black and white in every wedding. I'm a photographer, and I love to take film out to a job. Maybe 2 or 3 rolls. And it works. The dress hanging, the mother's getting ready, the bride getting ready. Now I'm in the dressing room. What is my goal? My goal is to get her out of the dressing room for pictures. Look at the cluttered effect here. It's so busy. So what I start doing is getting her up and against this mirror here. And I work with the bride and her mother. I love this image. It's called Mirror Magic. It even looks better in black and white. You can see both faces in the mirror and both faces to the right of the mirror. It works wonderfully. I've directed my flash into the mirror to give me wraparound lighting. I like the image full length like this, but look at me in the back right corner. I'm trying to clean the room up to get this uncluttered effect. Then we used the black and white film, and I said, well, we didn't quite clean it up enough. So in Photoshop, we just dropped out a lot of those items to create something like this. She's only 3 or 4 inches from the mirror. Now we're going out to see the groom for the first time. Look at this, the 24 lens. The bride and groom meet each other under the big chandelier. I'm laying on the floor shooting that image while other people are watching. But guess what? Calvin's right there to my left. Calvin Hayes, great wingman, creating these wonderful images. And we've got Dustin down the hall on the other side creating these images. So we surround the moments north, east, west, and south. We're creating a story for the day. Now this was a windy day. It was 40-mile-an-hour gust, so I had to set up a studio. I had to go to work inside to make portraits. So here I am, saddled up to my posing stool with my camera on the tripod. I love working on a tripod because it gives me the ability to make small refinements and keep going without slinging the camera around all day. I'm using FJ Westcott lighting. This lighting is so easy to work with. It's like having a window in a box. Wherever I place the light, it's just like I can see it. What you see is what you get. And what did we get? We got a beautiful portrait of the bride. Beautiful wraparound lighting. Here's the bride and her mother coming together. Look at this. And then also from the side, you know, it's great having Calvin and Dustin there shooting the photojournalism while I'm making the portraits. Here's the family of 4 coming together. The posing stools give me the ability to put people exactly where I want them, to create portraits of 3s and 4s and 2s. These are gorgeous images. I would love to go outside and make these pictures, but it's 40-mile-an-hour wind. The bride and the mother will not go outside. The makeup, the hair, it'll be ruined. We have to work inside. The carpet's busy. The walls are busy. So I have to just stay intact right there, creating the best pictures I can, faces and feelings. Moments like this, notice that their faces form a heart. I love it. There's how the setup looks. Profile lighting. One light coming from behind, a silver reflector to open up the shadows. And there's the image. We can do it happy, we can do it serious. So now, we show a picture or 2 on the back of the camera, but don't get carried away showing off your work. The people never like the way they look on the back of the camera. You know, wait till you retouch it and vignette it and crop it and show them finished work. I hate to show pictures, but every now and then, the people feel so awkward sometimes posing that I have to give them the confidence that I know what I'm doing. And it certainly worked here. Look at the mother's expression. She loves the picture. So now the hands and rings. It's a great way to open the album. Easy, easy, easy. But the key here is the lights off camera. We're not using flash on camera. Now here's a very natural black and white of the hand and ring with the flower, and I love it. Now here's the setup. Profile lighting.